Sherry Leedy Contemporary Art presents Roger Shimomura, Diary of an American Midwife, the life and events of Toko Shimomura through paintings. Toku participated in the Japan-Russo War 1902 to 1905 as a Red Cross nurse. Anticipating losing the sea battle, she wrote of the expectation of being given suicide pills. However, Japan destroyed the Russian fleet, thus averting her own demise. After the war, Toku worked as the head nurse in the silk factory. A fellow worker offered her the possibility of marriage to his brother who had been in America since 1906. In 1912, she accepted this opportunity and embarked on the ship to America as a photo bride. Before leaving on her trip to America, she made a list of the farewell gifts she received from friends and relatives. This inventory became her diary of the boat trip and then continued as a diary for the next 56 years of her life in America. Toku rode on the Awa Maru along with 60 other photo brides, all anticipating meeting their husbands in Seattle, Washington. Toku was one of the rare followers of the Christian faith when she arrived in America. She soon became one of the early founders and active participants of the Japanese Methodist Church in Seattle. Because of her medical training in Japan, Toku became a midwife in America. She delivered over 1,000 babies in the Seattle region, the last one being her first grandson, Roger Shimomura. Due to Toku's need for a vehicle in her midwifery business, it was believed she was among the first Japanese females to hold a Washington state driver's license. My father's original intention was to study at the University of Washington Medical School to become a doctor, but the Depression forced him to finish his college degree in pharmacy and seek immediate employment. In order to survive the Great Depression, Toku and Yoshitomi decided to open a grocery store to maintain cash flow until Eddie graduated from college. The Japanese Empire attacked Pearl Harbor and the lives of 120,000 Americans of Japanese descent changed forever. After the government decided to incarcerate all the Japanese Americans into concentration camps, it was decided to place them in detention while the camps were being constructed in 10 sites in the western hemisphere of America. Those to be incarcerated in the Minidoka, Idaho, were temporarily housed in horse stalls and office buildings in the Washington State Fairgrounds in Puyallup, Washington. They lived there for 3 months until they were transferred to Minidoka, Idaho for the duration of the war. Toku, like many other internees, attempted to normalize her life in camp, though she constantly wrote about her disgust with the living conditions. She learned to play the biwa while in camp. Although the weather was severe during all 4 seasons, she always found time to spend with her grandson Roger. Toku's youngest son, Michio, was drafted out of camp into the Military Intelligence Service, MIS, and was sent after basic training to serve in the Far Eastern Theater. In 1945, Toku's family and thousands of former incarcerees returned to Seattle to resettle and were greeted with hatred and hostility. After the 1954 Immigration Act was passed, Toku was among the first to apply for and receive her U.S. citizenship. This concludes the life and events of Toko Shimomura, 1888 through 1968, as seen through these 16 12-inch by 12-inch paintings by American artist Roger Shimomura.